You can assume you know God because you come to church, because you were born into a Christian family, because you bear a Christian name. But the true knowledge of God, you know, is reflected in your lifestyle. There should be a clear distinction between a Christian, a believer, and an unbeliever. You can look the same. How much of God you know is equivalent to the exploits you will do. Daniel 11 verse 32. It said, they that know their God, they shall be strong and they shall do exploits. So your exploits and strength in life is tied to your knowledge of God. I have known the law. I've fulfilled Christian activities. I go to church 6 times. I pay my tithe. I do this. But there is an intimate level of God I need to know that will sponsor an effective Christian walk. It is the knowledge of God that alters your behavior and lifestyle. You can assume you know God because you come to church, because you were born into a Christian family, because you bear a Christian name. But the true knowledge of God, you know, is reflected in your lifestyle. 2 Corinthians 3 and verse 1 to 2. The Bible says, do we begin to commend ourselves, or need we as some other epistles of commendation by you, to you, or letters of commendation from you? He said, you are our epistles written in our hearts, known and read of all men. So by the encounter of God, the knowledge we capture, it alters the way we live our life. Because where one man reads the Bible, 1,000 read your life. It's your behavior. You know there are things you can no longer do. Have you not heard when your parents, you are going to school, and your parents said, know the daughter of who you are. Carry that knowledge, so it should control the way you are there, even in my absence. It should alter your lifestyle. There should be a clear distinction between a Christian, a believer, and an unbeliever. You can look the same. He said, no, but God just checks the heart. He doesn't check the inside. Says who? The Bible says, he said, make the inner court of gold and the outer court of gold, so that those who have no access to the inner court will see how it looks like. After all, the Bible says that God look at the inward, but man look at what? Somebody saying something. It alters your lifestyle. That's the sign you know God. So when we see the way you behave, we begin to question your Christian experience, your born again experience. There is a kind of reverence you carry.